Hey and welcome to my video blog, and today we're going to talk about connection. So connection is, a spiritual term. It's something that's probably not spoken about very often, but that is really practical. It has a real practical approach to your everyday life, especially if you're someone. And I know that there's different people that come and watch this video blog, and I really hope you enjoyed the last video blog, which is about commitment. My commitment is that I'm going to video blog every week, so here I am showing up. But with regards to connection, so why is it important for our everyday? But if you're someone that suffers from anxiety or suffers from any form of stress, really, if you come home or if you're worried or if you're unsure or uncertain, connection is really relevant for you. And really what we're going to talk about right now is really something that you can actually take away with and practice. So I hope that you find this useful. And when I was thinking about connection and why I feel like it's relevant for me at this time is between the two. There's only two choices in life, or in your approach to life, and one is to be present, and one is not to be present. And when you're present, you're living from a place of connection. And in that place, you're able to respond to the circumstances that are happening in front of you. Now, it's not to say that you don't use your mind to sort of work with it, but it is around a different place. The other place that you can live your life is from your mind. And quite often we see this because we've been trained to use the mind. The mind is unfortunately our master, and we are a slave to whatever it conjures up, and we whether it be good or bad or indifferent. And so I'm reading a book and it's called The Happiness Trap. Really great book, and I'll put up a link to the page. And it talks about, when we get stuck in the mind. And every spiritual book, every spiritual practice is around becoming present and sort of removing or letting go or allowing the state of the mind to be there, but choosing not to let it control us. And so when we're living from a place of presence and connection, it's allowing ourselves to be here and now, facing into anything that's happening. And from that place, there's not many circumstances that we can't manage. There's not many circumstances that in the moment with what we're facing right now we can't respond to or better respond to. And so why do we want to get connected? Connection is really about, that slowing down to speed up. It's just the words that I got. So, you got to slow your mind down, which can be through just listening to your breath, slowing your mind down through just taking a walk outside, slowing your mind down to whatever it is that just eases out of it, eases out of the speed. So when you're in your mind, there's a lot of speed, there's a lot of activity. And so getting connected is really letting that activity potentially be there. It's not saying let's push it away, but it's really about cultivating or anchoring into what really is here. And then when we are in that slow down space, it's really about stilling the mind and observing it. And that then allows you to really see the quality of your mind. And the quality of your mind really will show you what it is that you're creating. And without judgment, just sitting back and observing, am I creating happy thoughts? Am I creating non-happy thoughts? And if we are creating not happy thoughts, then that will then link into emotional distress or emotions that are reflective of that. And so everything in your life that you think is creating an energy pattern in some way. And so as you start to get really connected, you're allowing yourself to be really, really present, to choose what you want from your circumstance. But I think, well, let's just practice it. So how often do you get connected in your day? And even if it's only for a moment, even if it's only for 30 seconds, the ability to stop, the reminder to stop once an hour, one at lunch, morning, evening, and just still and stop and center will have the greatest effect. And when I was doing my course in miracles, which is a practice to unwind the mind, ego, and the mind in a systematic way, to really forgive and let go of the boundaries that you've put onto your life through your mind. The practice is what is every day you do an exercise of connection, and when you start to notice the quality of your mind, the quality as it changes, as when you move away from the mental noise and into the connection, you will feel a complete shift. And that shift will start to feel like a flow. So first we start with acceptance, accept where you are, accept your circumstance. Then we start to forgive, let go of it, release it. And then just allow yourself to feel what happens, and quality within the moment will just shift. And so let's just really practice that now. What I want you to do is just close your eyes. Place your palms up as though you're going to receive. This is the receiving palms up. Close your eyes and then just still your mind with your breath. So just allow yourself to, don't worry too much, just focusing on the breath. And then notice whatever thought comes first. Notice whatever thought comes second. Start to observe just what comes up. And as you meditate, it's not about stopping those thoughts, but observing them, creating some space around them. And if something comes up that you feel strongly towards, you'll know it because you'll feel an emotional reaction. Just take the time to really let yourself center on that thought. And it may be of a circumstance, it may be of a thing that happened in your day. It could be an anticipation of the future. Whatever it is, just hold the thought and notice the feeling. And then as you start to notice that, just start to really accept it for what it is, no judgment. And it shouldn't be too comfortable. So if it creates any strong emotional things, just pull away from it. Otherwise, just sit with it. And then allow yourself to just thank that thought. Thank the mind for bringing you that thought. And then forgive it and release it. Release it, even if it's a positive. Even whatever it is, just release it. Say, I release you. And as you start to notice that, the quality of your mind as you release your thoughts, being that space, just the background to which your mind can paint whatever picture, you'll see that you're no longer reacting to it. Over time, you'll start to notice that the images that your mind displays or pulls you into will no longer draw you in. That's the practice of connection. The practice isn't so much to be a particular process, but more than just, it's just a way to allow yourself to sit, slow that mind down, and really feel what this present moment has to offer. So I hope you have a lovely day, evening, and I will speak to you soon.